Hi everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're gonna make a new favorite. We're gonna make Southern style butter roasted pecans. These are gonna be a great snack for you if you are doing low carb, or really if you're just a fan of any type of roasted nuts. I can't wait to show you how this all comes together. Okay, today we're gonna make Southern style butter roasted pecans. Who knew that was a thing? I recently just found out they were a thing, and I want to make them for you today. They're delicious, they're low carb, they're super delicious to snack on if you are trying to maintain, your New Year's resolution or your goals. High protein. Pecans are super high in protein, they're delicious, and who doesn't love a pecan? But today I just wanted to thank the folks at York Pecan Company. I have been buying from them for about a year now, and then they reached out with just a generic survey email and asked people to answer back, and I did, and then they offered to send me one of their bundles, and I'll share that with you in a little while. But you guys, these are seriously some of the best pecans I have ever eaten. They're very affordable, and they're going to give us a coupon code that you guys can use. But listen, we're going to make these Southern butter pecans, and they are amazing. 3 ingredients. So we're going to use a pound of these large pecan halves from York Pecan Company. These are a native grown pecan that comes from their family homestead orchard in Arkansas, and they're amazing. We're going to use a stick of melted butter, and I have a tablespoon of kosher salt. The salt is subjective. You guys can salt as much or as little as you prefer. You can use seasoned salt. You can use any kind of salt blend that you like. You want to use a garlic and pepper blend, you go right ahead. You make these yours. But today we're going to stick with a traditional, basic, Southern style butter pecan with salt, and it's going to be amazing. So, as you might imagine, we're going to take our pecans. And these are seriously beautiful pecans. And then at Christmas time, I got some of their large pecan halves, their mammoth pecan halves, and I used them in my fruitcake. And oh my goodness, they were amazing. So what we're gonna do to this is we're gonna add this melted butter. I know that seems like a ton of butter, but butter make mo better. So.
Also kind of pecan.
And it makes it a buttered pecan, exactly. So, just get your spatula or your spoon in here and toss these around in that butter and get them really, really well coated. Now, I am using salted butter. You may use unsalted butter depending on what you have on hand, but I very seldom go out of my way to buy unsalted butter. So, that will be also a choice that you're going to make. Now, I said I had a tablespoon of kosher salt. I'm not going to use all of it here because we're going to salt some now and we're going to salt some later. So I'm going to put 2 healthy pinches of the salt, and I'm going to go ahead and toss it again. And then we're going to grab a sheet pan. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Looks about good. So let me grab my sheet pan. So I have my very clean sheet pan, and we are just going to pop our pecans on there. Spread these out in a single layer. I think these are great to have on hand for snacking anytime, but you know what, you guys, if you're having parties or people are coming over to watch the game with you, these are a nice thing to have on offer. These are also a really great thing to put on a charcuterie board or a snacking board of some sort. Those are wildly popular right now. You can make your own. You don't have to go to the, expense of buying them already made. These are so simple. But try and spread these out in one single layer because they will bake off a little bit easier. They'll be a lot more evenly browned. If they're sitting on top of each other, they're going to steam instead of roast. So just do your best. Sometimes you're gonna miss one, but they'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in my preheated oven. It's preheated at 350 degrees like I mentioned. And then we're going to put these in there for 10 to 12 minutes until they are the desired level of toasty goodness that you prefer. And when they come out, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what these look like. And then we'll give them a taste and we will add salt if we desire. Okay, you guys, while those are baking off in the oven, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. This video is not sponsored per se. I really just wanted to share these pecans with you and this pecan company. Like I said, it was kismet, if you will, that they reached out just to all their customers in a blanket email and asked us to respond. So I did. And then they came back and they said, hey, we checked out your website, we checked out your YouTube channel. We'd really like to send you one of our Valentine bundles. And how could I say no? Because I really, really love what they offer. I love their product and I can't say enough about them. Honestly, they've not paid me for this video, but they did send me this Valentine bundle that you see here, minus the bag of pecans that are in the oven. So this bundle actually came with a pound of pecan halves, a pound of pecan pieces, and then these 3 delightful offerings that are perfect for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to open them up here for you because these are great for baking, and you know, you don't have to go to the trouble of chopping. You can just open up your bag and measure them out. They're the perfect size for tossing into a batch of chocolate chip cookies or into your fudge. It's, you know, it's just a really great thing to have on hand. Now I think I've purchased 3 times from them in the past year, and every single time it was a bundle, and every single time it came with pecan halves, pecan pieces, and then the last bundle I got came with salted caramel pecans, cinnamon pecans, and chocolate pecans. This one comes with chocolate pecans, salted caramel pecans, and chocolate pecan turtles, which I have not had yet and I'm excited to try.
Me too.
So, these are the chocolate pecans. I really like these. They're really, look at these. They're beautiful. They're well made, they're super delicious,
chocolate.
And if I might say, they're kind of addictive. But perhaps one of my favorites are these. These are the ones I have to hide because if I don't, Rick will eat them all at one time. These are the salted caramel pecans. They're like a beautiful caramelly candied pecan that has just the right amount of sea salt, and they are seriously delicious. And then I'm going to open up these turtles, and there's a generous portion. Oh wow, these look really great. Okay.
Oh wow.
They're huge.
Dang.
Look at that. Let me grab a knife and we can cut one open. So let's cut this one. Ooh, look at that. It's chock full of pecans and caramel. Do you want to try it? Mm-hmm. I knew you would.
Of course, duh.
I'm going to try it.
Better hide those.
Right? These are very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it's just something a little bit different. And I don't know about you, but I almost always have pecans in my house, in my freezer. I cook with them often. They offer bundles. They offer everything you see here. You don't have to buy a bundle. You can just buy individual offerings. If you just want to go buy pecan halves, that's what you can go and do. But they have a nice selection. They don't, you know, go out of their way. They stay in their lane. They know pecans and that's what they sell. And they're just really good. I really like the whole concept. The day that the ad kind of popped up in my Facebook feed, it was there for a few times and then I checked it out because the bundle was like seriously hard to pass up. The original bundle that I bought like last summer or something was like $60 and it had an amazing amount. It had like 2 pounds of pecans halves and a pound of pecan pieces and then 2 other pounds of other things. So you know how expensive that nuts can be, but honestly I'm just here to share the knowledge with you guys. If you want to check them out, please do. They have been generous enough to give us a coupon code. I'll leave a link down below. You can use the code, it's my name, Noreen, all in capital letters. It'll get you 10% off any order from their website. And like I said, you don't have to buy the bundle, but they were generous enough to send it to me and I thank them so much. Hoping that in the future we'll be able to partner up again and do other videos using their products, because who really doesn't love a good pecan? So I think it's about time for me to go check on those butter roasted pecans, and I'll be right back. Okay, the pecans are all done. They were in the oven for 10 minutes. I think they look lovely, nice and brown to my desired doneness. If you like yours a little bit more brown or toasty, go ahead and leave them in for a couple more minutes, but just keep an eye on them, because once these turn, there's no going back. And they're burnt, and nobody wants to burn these nuts at all, because, you know, you've spent good money on them, and you want to make sure that you keep them so that you can enjoy them instead of tossing them in the bin. So
Guys, they smell incredible.
they do smell amazing. They smell buttery, and they smell nutty and yum. So they're probably still a little bit on the hot side, but I'm going to brave it and see about tasting them for salt. This is good. I'm going to add just a little more. I'm not going to add all of this salt here. Just a little bit more salt, like maybe a half a teaspoon. Again, this is subjective. Give it another toss. You can add as much or as little salt as you like to your preference. This is up to you.
And again, they can season them however they want to.
Right. Like I said earlier, I think these would be great with some garlic pepper or just some plain old seasoned salt, whatever is your preference. Okay, so now we're gonna let these cool for about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna put them in a bowl, and we'll bring you back and we'll show you what they look like. Well, there you have it. Our Southern style butter roasted pecans are all ready to enjoy. You can store these in an airtight container on your counter. They're gonna last about 2 weeks, but they're not gonna last that long, trust me. Once your family knows that these are there, they're gonna eat them. They're just gonna grab a handful and go, and they're gonna love them. These are gonna be great in salads. They're gonna be great added to anytime you want a little crunch to something. You guys put them on top of your ice cream with some caramel sauce. Oh boy, those are gonna be amazing. So remember, we would like to thank the good folks at York Pecan Company for sharing their Valentine bundle with us, and so I could share it with you. And also remember that if you're interested in checking them out and getting some of their delicious pecans for yourself, that you use my coupon code Noreen, and that'll get you 10% off any order on their website. I'll leave a link down below in the description box and also in the pinned comment below the video. I hope that you give this a try, and I hope that you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.